Good afternoon, Southern Arizona. This is Melanie Edwards Barton, CEO at the Sierra Vista Area Chamber of Commerce, and we have a special guest with us today. You might recognize him. This is Jason Bowling, and he is the CEO at Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
Hi, Melanie. Hi, Sierra Vista.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Happy to have you here. We're going to talk a little bit about upcoming events. So we have Good Morning Sierra Vista coming up next Tuesday. So that's the 13th. And Jason is our guest speaker. So Jason, you were recently promoted.
Right.
Well, maybe not that recent now, but it's been a little while.
Yeah, almost
now.
3 months, but it feels
3
like
months.
3 years.
Yeah. Well, maybe it does feel like longer. But congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that. Very proud of you for that, and excited for SSVEC and our communities here. But you have done a lot in 3 months and a lot of changes.
Oh, yeah. Before we get started, though, if I could just say hi to Gracie, my daughter. She's watching this live, and so I want to say hi to Gracie.
Hi, Gracie.
And all the other kids. I'm sure they'll watch it when we force them to. But yeah, no, I started about 3 months ago, and the first order of business was ensuring I had the team in place. And so we have this phenomenal talent at the co-op. There's 170 employees there, and they're just so brilliant. And so I had this great pool of people to select from to promote into senior ranks in the organization, and we're just doing amazing things.
So quite a few that were promoted from within, which is wonderful.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, well, congratulations on that. So
thanks.
I know you have some wonderful things kind of coming up as well, some things that you want all of the SSVEC users out there to know about as well. So give us a little overview of what you're going to be talking about on Tuesday morning.
Sure. Well, I do want our members to know, and we do call our users members or member owners. You own this co-op. You own this electricity or this electric utility that provides you with electricity. And we're doing some really cool stuff to ensure reliability of power going into the future. So some of the things you may have noticed is the tools to help you see when we've got outages, what's going on, when, where, and approximations as to when we're going to get that power back up. But also we need generation, and that's a big thing that we're working on. So next
explain
summer,
what generation is.
Right. So there's two sides of the equation. There's the consumption of power, we call that demand, and the supply of power, or capacity, the generation side of it. We get most of our power from Arizona G&T Cooperative, another co-op. But some of it we also buy from the open market, and then we also have some utility scale solar plants spread throughout the county. The new one that will be opening next summer is in McNeil, and that McNeil power plant will be our first one to have a battery system attached to it. So we're real excited about that.
So what does that mean to the layperson?
Well, I'll actually talk a little bit about that at Good Morning Sierra Vista.
Oh, so you're going to elaborate at Good Morning Sierra Vista. Yeah. Okay, so for all of the folks out there that don't completely understand this, we will on Tuesday morning.
Right. Yeah, and I will tell you, it's a 20 megawatt solar plant with an 80 megawatt battery. So that's enough to power a significant component of our total generation. The future looks super bright too. If we do all these things.
No pun intended.
Yeah, right. No, lots of pun intended. The future looks super bright because we expect that within the next few years, with our partnerships with Arizona G&T co-ops, we're going to see somewhere around 40% of our total generation portfolio come from renewable sources. So very cool.
40%.
Up to 40%, right?
Wow.
There's some things that we have to do, and that's actually another thing I want to talk about next week. That you probably seen in the news these headlines about America's energy crisis, right? And that word crisis is going to be kind of a central theme to my talk next week. Is it a crisis? Is it not a crisis for our community? And I will posit that it is not yet a crisis as long as we do the things that we need to do. And we know what we need to do. It's just a matter of doing them. So we'll talk a little bit about that next week too.
Well, I'm very excited about that. It's going to be very informative, and Jason promises it's going to be fun as well.
Yeah, believe it or not, we'll bring some energy, again, pun intended.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Sorry. It's cheesy.
I like cheesy.
Okay.
So, all righty. So that's Good Morning Sierra Vista. Registration is open for that right now. So just go to svachamber.com. It goes from 7 to 9, give or take in the morning, depending on how many questions there are. But it's at the Cochise College Student Union. So obviously, thank you to Cochise College for the room, and also to our other sponsors, the University of Arizona College of Applied Sciences and Technology and the Small Business Development Center. So thank you to our sponsors for that as well. Make sure you get jumped on right now to svachamber.com and get registered for that. But a lot of good information. I'm excited about that.
It's going to be fun.
So we're going to switch topics just a little bit on you here before Jason gets to run away. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the chamber. And SSVEC is a member. They're a Diamond Corporate member of the chamber, which we appreciate so much, the support. But Jason is also on our board and the chairperson of our Business Advocacy Committee, which is basically our legislative committee.
Right.
And so we have a lot going on in that realm this year.
Oh boy, do we.
Oh boy, we have lots going on. And you've heard a little bit about it. We're going to talk a little bit more as well. It's a big voting year this year.
Right. And huge kudos to Melanie, by the way. I mean, she's working really hard to make sure that our community is informed so you can make an informed vote. So thank you for that.
Well, and that's our point,
right.
Because we are nonpartisan here at the chamber. And so we want to make sure that we give our citizens in Southern Arizona as many opportunities as we can provide to them to hear from the candidates. And so we are working really hard to give multiple platforms for the candidates and opportunities for our community members to meet and greet and have conversations or hear from those candidates.
Right.
So, and the best part about that is we have wonderful sponsors for those events. So each of those events this year are free and open to the public as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you just have to show up. So that's the plan. So let's talk a little bit about what we have coming up this Friday night. We have our candidate meet and greet.
Correct.
And so that is at Cochise College here in Sierra Vista at the Student Union. And that starts at 5:30. We have quite a few candidates for you, about 20 different candidates. It sounds like a lot, but a few from here, a few from there, the ones that were able to attend. We do have candidates from Congressional District 6, the Arizona State Senate District 19, Arizona House of Representatives District 19, Arizona Corporation Commission, Superior Court Judge Division 1, City of Sierra Vista mayoral candidates, City of Sierra Vista City Council candidates, and Sierra Vista School Board candidates. And this is sponsored by American Southwest Credit Union.
Right.
So,
yeah. Exciting stuff. And when we, as a chamber, talk to these candidates, we're looking at how will they support business in our community. And there's a whole host of things that voters are going to want to know. So this is a great opportunity to come out and get to meet those candidates.
Absolutely. So each of our candidates are going to be able to give an elevator pitch. So 30 seconds to a minute max. That's what we've given them. And so you'll get to hear a short blurb from each one of them. Each one of our candidates will have a table with their name on it. So you can come out and you can just kind of talk to the candidates you want to talk to and learn more about them, ask questions. And we hope to see you there. That starts again at 5:30 Friday night, tomorrow night. So make sure you come out to Cochise College Student Union at 5:30 at night. And we'll be there 5:30 to 7:30. So that's one. That's one. There's more.
But wait, there's
more. Yes, but wait, there's more. So we have a city council forum and mayoral debate September 21st at 5:30 at the Klein Performing Arts Center. This is another big one.
Yeah, lots of room.
Lots of room. That's right. We can see, I think, 1,200 people in there. So you don't have to RSVP for this one. So please make sure that you come out. It starts at 5:30, Klein Performing Arts Center. And so the city council candidates, we have 3 seats available. The candidates that will be answering the questions are William Benning, Mark Rodriguez, Carolyn Humphrey, and Kevin Weston. Yes, those are in alphabetical order. So we're nonpartisan, alphabetical order. So 3 seats available. Those are the 4 candidates for city council. And then our mayoral candidates are Steve Conroy, Rachel Gray, and Clea McCaw. And this is sponsored by KE&G. So I thank KE&G for this, but we're really excited about this. First time we'll have a new mayor in 12 years.
Right. Rick's been on for a long time. We
Yes,
really
he has.
appreciate his service.
Absolutely. But we want all of our citizens to be informed before they go to the polls. So please come out and spend a couple hours with us out there hearing from our candidates. Oh, want to throw out one thing real quick here. On our website, go to svachamber.com. We do have on there a form that you can fill out. If you have questions for the candidates, please fill out the question, and then you'll be able to select who that question goes to, not specifically, but what office. So if it's a city council question, you'll just click the city council. If it's a mayoral, click that, congressional or gubernatorial. So what's going to happen with these questions during the debates and the forums, they won't all get asked, obviously, due to time constraints, but whatever questions you have, if they're all the ones for city council, they will be presented to the city council members before they leave that night. For mayor, same thing. So that way they will be able to hear from the citizens. So please go to svachamber.com and fill out your questions right there on our website.
Right.
So we'll make sure and get you the link to that as well. So that's coming up. There's a lot, but
just getting started.
A couple other things to throw in there as well. September is a busy month. We have Business at Twilight on September 15th at 5:00 here at the Chamber, and that is hosted by the Sierra Vista Community Chorus. So they've been around a long time, great local entertainment group. And so come on out at 5:00 on the 15th to the Chamber for Business at Twilight. And then we have September 24th. We have our 2nd annual golf scramble.
Yeah, those are fun.
Those are fun.
Had a good time last time.
Yeah, so make sure you get signed up for that. You don't have to be a chamber member to sign up for that. So go to svachamber.com, get registered, get your whole group registered. We're going to have a lot of fun. So that one is sponsored by SSVEC and the Herald Review. And we have some more sponsors at this point. I have to remember who they are. We have Echoing Hope Ranch and KE&G. So I want to thank them as well. Lots of sponsors for that one.
Well done. Right off the top there.
Right off the top. That's right. And then in October, so this one we're working on. We've got some confirmed, some not confirmed, but you definitely want to put this on your calendar. October 12th, 5:30 at the Klein Center. We currently are hosting a congressional debate, and that includes CD6. So that's Juan Ciscomani and Kirsten Engel. And so please put that on there. We are trying to get the candidates for CD7 as well to participate. And we are attempting to make it a gubernatorial debate as well. We are still kind of going back and forth with our gubernatorial candidates, Katie Hobbs and Carrie Lake. But we're working on that. We're working really hard to bring them down here because Southern Arizona is so important. And it's important for the entire state for many different reasons.
Right.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah, so we're working on that. So hopefully we will get them down here for that. But just want to let you know, put that on your calendar. And that one is sponsored by the Huachuca 50. So we want to thank the Huachuca 50 as well. And so, yeah.
November yet?
November. So November, as all of our wonderful viewers out there were paying attention, not last week, 2 weeks ago, we had Real Wishes on, and Real Wishes is taking over Festival of Trees.
That's exciting.
That is exciting. So they are doing Festival of Trees this year. So it is still going to happen. We have handed it off to them because they're a perfect 501c3 and a great place to donate.
They'll do a great job with it too.
They will.
Yeah.
If you ever have been to Dancing Like the Stars, that's them. So you know they put on a great show. So Festival of Trees is going to be great as well this year. And then I know we shouldn't be talking about this yet, but we are. So our parade registration is open.
No way. Already?
Yes.
Wow.
So we're excited about the parade this year. Our theme this year is superheroes.
Wow.
So when you think of superheroes, obviously we think of the usual, right? The Batmans and the Supermans and the Wonder Woman and all of that. But but superheroes are also our linemen,
Yeah,
without
that's
a
actually what I was
doubt,
thinking.
right? The linemen
Yeah.
and boy, and doctors and nurses and our, police officers and our sheriffs and our firemen, and I mean, you name it, our mothers and our fathers. And so our question to you is, who's your superhero? And registration is open to be in the parade. So jump on svachamber.com, start planning that float now because you've got time, and get registered as soon as possible for that. So I'm excited for that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So speaking of superheroes, one thing we forgot to talk about was you partner with other co-ops around
Right.
Arizona. So you're doing that right now.
Yeah, so there's 7 cooperative principles, and one of them is cooperation among co-ops. So there are a handful of
Is
distribution
that a fun
electric.
too?
No,
Cooperation?
No, that's
Yeah.
deliberate. That was, sorry. I'll try to work one out.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So there are several distribution electric co-ops and a generation transmission electric co-op in the state of Arizona. One of them, Mojave, late Sunday night experienced some real bad storm damage. They lost somewhere around 50 poles. The numbers still aren't in yet, but real high temperatures up there. It's a real dangerous situation for the folks up in Bullhead City. And we sent 2 crews of linemen, a mechanic, and a technician all up there, along with some material to help those crews up in Bullhead City with getting power restored. And we're not the only ones. Other co-ops in the state also sent people. So it was a great effort. I'm really, really proud of our employees who went up there. And we had more volunteers among our employees than we were able to send. So many of them were ready, willing, and eager to go up and help. And that just makes me so incredibly proud. We've got great people at Sulphur.
You do.
Yeah.
But I know it was last year, I think it was, that SSVEC was voted as one of the best places to work.
Yeah.
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 Well,
we sure try. We try to take good care of them because they take good care of us and our members. So,
yeah, absolutely. Well, we're very happy to know that you're partnering with all these other co-ops and supporting each other. And, when we're in need, we can rely on that too.
That's exactly the point too, that we know there may come a time when we need some help, and we know that we can count on those other co-ops to reciprocate. So that's great. It's a great partnership.
Well, and thank you to all of those employees out there that sacrificed their long weekend to go and help out another city and those residents. So we appreciate it very much. And so we'll let you all go and get back to work, but just want to remind you one more time, don't forget to get registered for Good Morning Sierra Vista. Go to svachamber.com and show up 7 o'clock in the morning at 7 a.m.
Find out if it's a crisis or not. I'll leave you hanging there.
Well, you want to talk a little bit about ACC though.
I do. I think if I can, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So among all these things you have to pay attention to in this year's election, there's also the Arizona Corporation Commission that has 2 open seats. So 4 candidates running for those seats. And we try to stay nonpartisan, but we do look for candidates that will be friendly to co-op missions. And so we ask that really basically that that the voters get educated about the people that are running for office. Think about which candidates are going to be working to ensure a reliable energy future. And reliability is a big deal for us. And I'm sure it is for everybody else. And I know the folks in Bullhead City feel that reliability is pretty important right now. So the Arizona Corporation Commission can actually have a pretty profound impact on that. And so we are encouraging folks to get educated on the candidates and make an informed decision. Remember, 2 seats are open, so you're actually voting for 2 candidates this year.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so come on out. We've got some candidates coming out on Friday night. So great time to talk with them and more about it.
Absolutely.
All right, and we'll see everybody on Tuesday morning at Good Morning